Hey y'all, I know it's been at least maybe like 2 weeks since the last time I did a video. I apologize for that. It's been a lot going on in my life lately. So much going on that I just have not had any time to stop and make a video, but God has put me in a blessed position to make one for you guys tonight. So hello. I know you guys see something different about me, but we're going to talk about that in a second. But one of the things that I'm dealing with right now in my life currently is I know I'm sick, and I also know that because of the simple fact that I'm losing a lot of my hair, guys. Like, my hair is getting real thin up here. And what I did was to soften my hair some and to stop it from falling out too much. I permed the top and I just left the sides alone. I did not perm the sides, but I went to visit an endocrinologist in my area, and she did definitely confirm that it is in fact Graves' disease that's causing me to lose my hair. But a lot of people who end up with Graves' disease are typically people who have been stressed out a lot in their life, whose nerves were bad or they were always on edge all the time. And who is the person who constantly puts us on edge all the time? The narcissist. So this is what I'm going to do because my lips are like constantly getting chapped. So hang on a second. I have to go ahead and use a little bit of Aquaphor because right now my lips are just super dry. And I don't want to keep licking them because that'll just irritate them more. Please believe, guys, our saliva is very strong. So don't need to keep licking them. That's for sure. So yeah, guys, the narcissist is the person who constantly keeps us on edge, keeps us walking around on eggshells, keeps us mentally, emotionally, and spiritually incarcerated, right? But when you're going through this for long periods of time, what happens is your nervous system starts to break down, and then your body starts attacking itself because your immune system starts recognizing certain things in your body as an invader, and it's misfiring. So what I have is an autoimmune disease, okay? The narcissist put me through so much stress, strain, and hell that I developed an autoimmune disease, okay? And so if I go for a long period of time with no medication, which I did after the narcissist and his mother put me out on the street and I was homeless for 90 days, I went 4 months without my medication, guys. And so what this did to me was it sent my body in overdrive, okay? So just imagine going 120 days without your medication and you have an autoimmune disease that attacks your nervous system, okay? And your nervous system being attacked causes your thyroid to just go crazy. So anyway, I'm gonna sit at my new table that I purchased. Yeah, guys, I'm making progress, okay? Remember, I didn't have no table. Remember the first video I made when I started this ministry, I didn't have no table. I now have a table. I'm getting furniture. But at any rate, when you go long periods of time without your medication, your body starts to break down, especially your muscles. And one of the things that could happen is you could lose your hair, lots of your hair. And right now that's what's happening to me is I'm losing a lot of my hair, like as if I had cancer or something, like clumps and clunks, huge fat chunks of my hair just coming out in the shower, coming out when I comb it, coming out when I blow dry it, coming out when I do anything to it. If I just run my fingers through my hair, a bunch of chunks of hair just comes out. My children was just here for the week, and I remember in previous videos complaining about how the narc has tried to keep me away from my children, but I'm a fighter, and I told this narc, you keep on playing these sick games and trying to keep me away from my kids, I'm just going to take your butt back to court and just file and get sole custody. So since he don't want me to do that, he's cooperating right now for the time being. I don't know how long this cooperation is going to last, but I'm probably going to end up having to go to court. But for right now, for the time being, he's cooperating because he don't want me to take him to court. But I had to show my daughter and my son how much of my hair was just coming out, you know? And they were saying, Mom, you got to stop stressing, Mom. You got to, start focusing on you and stop stressing. And it's easy for people to tell you to stop stressing. It's easier said than done. And I told my children, I said, it's easy for y'all to tell me to not stress, but if y'all are away from me as much as I love and care about y'all, it's just going to do nothing but cause me to stress more. Even the endocrinologist that I saw told me to be under least amount of stress as least as possible, because what this disease can do is, if you're stressing a lot, it can cause a whole lot of other things about your body physically to go wrong, because this thyroid just goes haywire. She did some blood work on me. They're looking it over. I see her again in 2 days, and hopefully we can find out how much medication they're going to give me, because the dosage that I'm taking right now is just too low. So what she's going to do is up my dosage to help me manage this disease better and help me to get this disease under control. And then I have to ask her what medications are out there to help me with my hair loss, because I'm losing a lot of my hair. My hair is super thin. And as you guys can see, I have not gone to the barber and got a new haircut because of this. Like, it's no point in me going to the barber. My hair is falling out. So I need to just stop with doing things to my hair and just let it be what it is until we can find a solution. And once we find a solution, then I can go back to going to the barber and getting it shaped and doing things too. But right now I just need to stop and just put everything to a halt. And then pray and ask God to just keep covering me, and ask God to heal my body and to heal my body of this disease. The second thing I want to add is, you guys see my braces. Yes, that's the new thing about me that's different, is my braces. I got some new contacts, so I no longer have to wear my grandma glasses. I've been complaining about that for like the last 3 months. What happened was I ran out of contacts. So when I started this ministry, it was during the time that I had to wear my glasses until I was able to get new contacts. I finally got me some new contacts. I don't have to wear those grandma glasses anymore. And they gave me a new pair of glasses that has way smaller frames that doesn't cover up my whole face. So I got new contacts, new pair of glasses. I'm all good. I'm dealing with my braces. I'm learning how to chew again, taking care of me, working on me, something I didn't do when I was with the narc. One of the things that happened to me this past week that I want to share with y'all is I did a few Uber rides last week just to make a few extra dollars. And one of the people I picked up shared with me, and I don't even know how we got on this topic. I think it was just God. Maybe God wanted me to share something with this young lady and be her sister in Christ and uplift her and encourage her. But she brought up the fact that she was dealing with a man who was very selfish, and everything that she explained to me that this person did to her was the exact characteristic of a narcissist. I mean, you dot the I's and cross the T's. This man that she was explaining to me is a narcissist. And I told her, I said, everything you telling me, it mirrors my story, honey. Remember, I did a video about this, and I titled it, Same Story, Many Faces. Okay, well, this is the same thing. Same story in many faces. This has happened to me. This has happened to this and still happening to this young lady I picked up in an Uber. It's happened to many other people that I done studied and stories that I've heard about. It's the same story, many faces. But to make a long story short, I told this young lady, I said, as your sister in Christ, I'm encouraging you, and I am warning you to not go back to him. Don't go back to this man, because all he's going to do is destroy you. That is their only goal, is to destroy their victims. You go back to this man, sweetheart, you might not make it back out alive, because either he may kill you or you might end up committing suicide because the pain is so unbearable. But just don't go back to him, or your life might be spared, but worse things may happen to you and you may not never be able to come back from it. So I told her to promise me not to go back to this narc. And she promised me that she wouldn't. So I'm going to be praying for her in my prayers, that God gives her the strength that she needs to not go back to this man, to not go back to this narc, that she can be the best person that she could be for her son, because the thing that she was telling me about her son was the same thing that I was able to share with her about my son. The only difference is her son is younger than mine, and she's younger than me. Same, like I said, same story, many faces, right? And I told her, I said, your focus should be not the narc, but you, yourself, God, and your son. That's it. Yourself, God, and your son should be your main focus, not the narc and what he got going on, not the narc and what he's saying about you, not the narc and what he's trying to do to you. Don't give him that power. I told her, I said, I had to bump my head so many times to learn the lesson and to truly get what was being done to me, and to truly get that this is spiritual warfare. I didn't know what I know now. It took me some time to get it. It took me some time to realize, and it took me a bunch of trial and error in dealing with this narc to finally understand that, wow, okay, this person really don't love me. This person just wants what I have inside, in here. You know, once you come to that realization, it's so much easier to just say, I'm done. It's so much easier to just go no contact. It's so much easier to just put this person out of your mind and move on. It's so much easier to just be happy being by yourself. And it's so much easier to just start enjoying your life with just you. And then you start to get accustomed to that peace of mind that you have every day. And once you have it, you don't want to go back. You don't want to go back to the misery. You don't want to go back to the arguing. You don't want to go back to the unhappiness. You don't want to go back to the chaos. Why? What are you gaining? How does it benefit you? You feel what I'm saying? So I'll be praying for this young lady. I'm going to be praying that God give her the strength that she needs. I'm going to be praying for myself, that God continues to put me in a position to keep my strength, because you can lose your strength if you get distracted. And God has been blessing me. He has been strengthening my discernment. God has been doing the work on me, and I'm so blessed. I'm so grateful to the Most High. I have something else to share with you. This video is a complex video, so it ain't about one specific thing. So let's move on to the next thing. Okay, so I had went on a dating app, and I've been on and off the dating app for like the last, I want to say maybe 4 or 5 months. And I met this young man on there. I'm not going to tell you guys his name because I believe in privacy, but I'm going to just say his name was George, but George is not his real name. But anyway, he was very attractive, okay? This man was very attractive. We was talking off and on for like the last 3 months. And everything he shared with me was just like, yes, I finally found like somebody who is on the same page as me. And he was just telling me all the stuff I wanted to hear. And like, he was making me feel as though like, wow, where have you been all my life? Because that's what I said to him in the messages. I said, where have you been all my life? Like, how come I'm just now finding you? And he said all the things that I wanted to hear. He said all the things that just made himself sound so attractive and sound so much like this great man. And, you know, like, he was just very interesting. Now, we were talking for, I want to say 3 or 4 months, and we had no physical contact. I never went out on a date with him and met him. We were supposed to go out on a date, but he stood me up twice. The first time was because I did not agree to have sex with him. The second time was because I I wouldn't agree to come to his house, or because he created some kind of argument with me on purpose because he was having a bad time at work or whatever. And then when I started to catch on, it started to make sense. Like, oh my God, this is another narcissist. Because he was mad. Not only was he mad that things wasn't going right for him at work, but he had brought up the fact that all I talk about is my aspirations, my goals and dreams and plans. But when I asked him about his aspirations, dreams, goals, and plans, he only said that he's just happy about the fact that he was able to retire early and he ain't got to do nothing. So if he quit his security job, he still has an income and he good. So every time I asked him about his aspiration, dreams, and goals, that's what he said every time I asked him. But when he asked me about my goals, aspirations, and dreams, I was passionate about it. I shared it with him. I shared with him what my plans are, what I want to do with my life, and how I want to heal from narcissistic abuse, and how I want to start me a new life and find me a new partner, and how I want to do God's will, and how I want to find me a job in tech, and all these things I share with him. And he was just, at first, he seemed like he was interested in my plans, dreams, and goals, and sounded like he was happy for me. But then after like 3 to 4 months of talking to this dude, the night that he created this like fight with me just out of nowhere, and it was a stupid reason, because he was in a pissy mood about being at work and things not going great at work. He got mad because he said I talk too much about my dreams, aspirations, and goals, but I never give him the room or the floor to talk about his. But every time I gave him the floor and room to talk about his, all he just said was, and all he kept saying was, he's happy that he got a chance to retire and he ain't got to work if he don't want to. But he ain't never told me about no dreams, aspirations, and goals of his every time I asked. So if this guy is getting mad at me about being excited and passionate about my dreams, goals, and aspirations, and about God, and about living my life happy after being with this narc that I was previously with, and about improving my life, and about, and about looking for a healthier relationship and all these things, if that's bothering him and he has an issue with that, and I gave him several chances and opportunities to share his dreams, aspirations, and goals with me, and he really just didn't, but he got mad at me for sharing mine and saying that I was taking up all the attention, and I was, in other words, I was shining too bright and making him feel like he was low. Then basically I'm too good for him. He was basically telling me that I'm too good for him, and that me talking about my goals and aspirations, he can't take it, and that he could care less about what my goals and dreams and aspirations are, because he want me to make him the focal point instead of my dreams, goals, aspirations, and instead of God, my relationship with the Most High. Instead of making all those things the focal point, he wants me to make him the focal point. So do you guys understand? Like, he was mad at me because I wasn't making him the focal point. And when I came to that realization, that's when I was able to pick up, oh, this is another freaking narcissist. So you know what I told him? I said, I'm realizing that you're upset. You're making me chase you when I don't have to. You're already in an argument with me and you haven't even met me in person yet. You seem to be a real cool guy, but now you're tripping off small things that don't make any sense. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just going to leave you alone, and I'm just going to go on about my business. And I didn't say anything else. I just left it at that. And then he responded, and I had walked away from my phone. I had put my phone down. I walked away from my phone. I went in the kitchen to get me a snack, and I was eating my snack, and 5 minutes later, I had came back to my room, and he had left some messages on Facebook Messenger talking about, is you really done? Is you done? And I didn't respond. So since I didn't respond, he got teed off, right? And he was like, all right, I got you. Since you're not responding, all right, I got you. Then he got mad, and then he sent me the deuces sign or whatever. And I didn't respond to none of that. And then, I swear, I kid you not, like not the next day, but the day after. So 2 days later, after this fight we had, and after I told him I'm just gonna cut him loose and let him, and I'm just gonna go on about my life, he got on my Instagram and he was looking at my Instagram story. So 2 days later, this dude was checking out my Instagram story for whatever reason. But that's how you know that this is a narcissist. And thank God that God saved me from getting into a relationship with another narcissist. Thank God I was able to peep game. Thank God I was able to discern. And thank God I ran away and went in the opposite direction. Because, honey, let me tell y'all, if I had gotten into a relationship with another narcissist, I don't really know what I would probably do. But I just thank God I was able to discern. I thank God that I was able to peep game on what I saw. And thank God I was able to catch on, because the narcissist that I was just previously with for the last 15 years, oh, he taught me a lot of lessons. Oh, he taught me some valuable lessons that I'm going to apply to my life, that I'm going to use moving forward in my life. So I'm not walking around blind. I can see now. See, once I was blind and now I see. So that's what I wanted to share with y'all, that God saved me from getting into a relationship with another narcissist. I was able to discern. I was able to pick up on his energy. I was able to say, you know what? This is not the direction I need to go in. Let me leave him alone. He got mad because I decided to leave him alone. Oh, he was teed off about that, but he was the one who created an argument with me and was mad at me about sharing my dreams, aspirations, and goals, and about Jesus and about God. He didn't like that. But then when I said I'm going to let you go, you get mad about that too? Like, make up your mind. Either you want to be with me or you don't. See how narcissists are? They want to make things all about themselves. So I'll be praying for me, that God continue to keep me on a straight and narrow path, that God continues to bless me, to continue to strengthen my wisdom, continue to strengthen my discernment, that God continue to do a work in my life. I'm going to be praying for this young lady I picked up in my car for an Uber ride. I'm going to be praying for my children. I'm going to be praying for my ex-narcissist. And I'm going to just be praying that God continue to just rain and shower his love and presence and Holy Spirit on me, because I'm realizing how blessed I am now. You know, like each and every day that I spend without the narcissist that I was with, God continues to show me more and more and more how much more pleasant life is without the narc. All right, well, this is the end of the video here. I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace and blessings to you all. I'll see you guys later.